All right, now we got a little stand-up comedy for you tonight. Much like some other nights, we have Mr. David Little on now. So give it for Mr. David Little, everybody. Thank you.
I'm glad I'm not a guitar player because I can feel the intensity in the room. It's like we're in Vegas or something and we're playing the tables and you folks want to, by applause, how many people want to win that 50 bucks? Applause? Okay, kind of like, well, whatever. It's like, you know, if I was a player. I just do this for the laughs, okay? So feel free to laugh freely. One night I was here and this guy was here with his girlfriend and she was like, she laughed. She goes, ha ha ha. You go, what are you laughing at? We want to win the money, you know? Don't let the guy, you know, God, don't egg him on. So just relax. I just do this for the, you know, for the comedy of it, and I admire your skills, you know, playing guitar and everything. So in fact, you know, I thought a funny thought. You know, what would happen if, you know, there were like a 50-way tie? Everybody got a buck apiece.
Awesome. Yeah.
Would you be happy with that?
That's how it should be.
Okay, so whoever wins tonight, that's okay. Hey, all right. We're entitled to our opinion. I'm talking about tonight, you mentioned something earlier, Scott, about moms and everything like that, but, you know, dads need love too. You know, we got Father's Day coming up, and I got some memories of my dad that I want to share with you, and it may resonate with you if you have some memories of your father. I was a baby, and I didn't realize that privacy was very important to me. My mom told me this. She said, early on, David, you know, your dad was, you know, changing your diaper, you know. He left it open a little bit too long, and you peed in his face. He didn't think it was funny either. But she would tell that story whenever she wanted to get back at him, you know, how I peed in his face. Because he was admiring the family jewels with pride. A little bit too long. Oh, what else? My dad was a painter. He was an artist. He would paint. So as a kid, I would, you remember being like in kindergarten and everything, you would smell paint and it smelled good. It smelled like candy. You want to eat it. So I found out, you know, my dad taught me that actually those tubes of paint are not like tubes of toothpaste. They will get your teeth all ugly, and it doesn't taste sweet. I learned that as a kid, the hard way. One of my lessons that my dad taught me. Oh, what else? Dad was, he was an enforcer. I carry this in memory. He was in the Air Force. And sometimes, you know, he would just like walk around with a belt necklace, making this point that, you know, it was time to go to bed, and if you didn't, there would be consequences. In fact, sometimes he had a unique way of communicating with us non-verbally that let us know that he meant business. You want to hear it? Yeah. Yeah?
Sounds like my dad.
Yeah. Something about that, we went, oh, now we understand, Dad. You mean business. Okay. I remember my dad, he was a gifted percussionist and rapper, you know. When it was time to get the butt whoopings, you know, he had this chant he'd like to say, you know. You know, he would just like, you know, didn't I tell you, huh? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you, huh? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you, huh? Didn't I tell you? You know, and I get mad at my brothers and sisters because, you know, they'd be sitting in the background, you know, doing chorus. Didn't I tell you? Yeah, you told me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, what are you guys laughing at? Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Yeah. Oh, Dad would, Mom would sometimes just rat me out. You know, she'd be, I'm going to tell your dad. I said, why you going to tell your dad? You know, Dad's crazy. Dad'll kill me. You trying to have a late term abortion or something? You have a second second thoughts about me? What are you gonna tell him for? You know, one time I was in high school, and I was experimenting. You know, I had some weed. You know, smoking in the living room. I lived with my mom. She didn't like that. She told my dad. And my dad had this unique way of kind of breaking you down. He would do it. He wasn't a politician or anything, but he would filibuster the hell out of you. You know, he would just, and you want to agree with whatever he said, just so he go away and shut up, you know. But you don't dare tell him to shut up. He goes, oh, what are you doing? What are you smoking that stuff for? Huh? That stuff makes you ignorant. You're not going to go to college, you're not going to be, what are we talking about? Get your report card. That makes you ignorant. Get your report card. Give me that. All right, give me my report card. Oh, you made the honor roll again, huh? Yeah, I did, Dad. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll deal with your mom, but, you know, you do whatever you want. As long as you get these grades, all right? Okay. That was Dad. Dad, he taught me how to ride a bike. And when you're little, there are certain things that just aren't logical. You know, you got to try to find a way, your parents got to kind of piece it together. Dad would try to do that. I said, Dad, you know, why is it that my sister's bike is easy to ride than mine? I had this big red bike, and I had this big red bar across that I called a ball buster, because I could barely stand up. I would get up on the bike, and I was proud. I didn't want to do the training wheels. I got a certain age, and like, I can't do the training wheels. Kids are going to see me on the block, you know. I can't do the training wheels. So he got me this big red bike, big long bar across the middle. That's what I remember about that bike. So, well, you know what? You know, and so finally, I don't know, I guess we compromised. My sister had a pink bike, but it didn't have the ball buster across the top. You know, and I just said, okay, well, can I just like ride her bike, you know, until, you know, my legs got longer or something, because it was killing my balls. It was just crazy. Anybody ever experienced that? Yeah. Learning how to ride a bike? How come they got that ball with, he couldn't ever explain it to me. Dad, why did they put that bar there? You know, we got this here, and what? Well, you just ride your sister's bike, you guys share, you know, until, so she had a big pink bike, and I got up there and lived happily ever after for a minute. Well, Dad taught me how to fish. We went deep sea fishing. Wasn't used to that. You know, we fish off the bank a little bit, but you know, we grew up in Southern California, so we went to Catalina Island. Beautiful place, you know. I actually saw a flying fish for the first time. Flying out the water. Yeah, there's flying fish in the world, folks. See it, believe it. I was sober, I was a kid, you know. And these guys, I don't know, anybody ever, by applause, anybody ever go on a fishing boat? Now, you got to tell me to see, because another thing I learned about going on the boat was Dramamine. Some of you guys got iron stomachs, and they're just like, eating sandwiches, and drinking beer, and you know, right after we start getting off the shore, I'm starting to hallucinate. I'm looking at the horizon. I'm going, oh man, and I'm starting ready to go downstairs to my bunk, you know, so I can maybe feel better, you know. Anybody ever experienced that? The deep sea. And I used to think that, you know, go fishing and everything like that, and come back, you know, do some fish fillets, you know, get the buns, everything. He said, no, David, no. They're not going to clean the fish. You got to clean the fish. I got to clean fish. Tell me how to clean fish. It wasn't easy for me, because I was awkward with it. You know, I always would poke my hand and get stuck with the fin. And what was really hard for a while for me was, I don't know if you ever experienced that, is cutting the head off. Because you cut the head off the fish, some people keep the head on, some people cut it off. Either whether it's on or off, cutting the head off, you got that eyeball looking at you. Why, David? Why did you do this to me? You thought you were different. It's not cool, David. That big fish eyeball. Dad told me how to deal with that, I guess, you know, just like put it in a bag, you know, get rid of it. And finally, Dad told me, he said, you know, David, you know, you're gonna have to learn how to cook. If you have to wait for a woman to feed you, you'll starve to death. So he said, you're gonna have to learn how to cook. So he started with pancakes. Pancakes. He made pancakes one time, and I don't know what it was, but it tasted like crap. It's like, oh God. It's like, and he was watching us. You know how people will make food for you, and they'll stand there and they're like, you know, and just watch every chew, and that's what he was doing. You know, we were kids, we were like, can I have some more syrup, Dad? You know, and what he realized, he tasted something. He said, what's it? He forgot to put eggs. He forgot to put eggs in the pancake mix. And, you know, but I guess when you love somebody, you'll try to please them and everything like that. So, anyway, that's my father's story. Some of you got yours. Don't forget about your dads. Fathers need love too. Father figures need love too. Happy Father's Day to you all out there. Love you guys. Buffalo Gap. Thank you. Scott, you got it, man.